Have you ever noticed a strange paradox in your own neighborhood? You see a brand new luxury sedan parked in a driveway. The paint is polished and the wheels are shining. It looks like the very definition of success. Then you look at the driveway next door. There's a silver truck that is over 10 years old. The headlights are slightly yellowed and the seats are fabric instead of leather. Most people instinctively assume the luxury car owner is the one with the high net worth. We have been conditioned to believe that what we see is the truth. But data from the Federal Reserve and internal banking reports suggests a very different story. Often the person in the flashy car is struggling just to make the monthly payment. They might be one paycheck away from losing that image of success. Meanwhile, the person in the old truck has $2 million sitting in their retirement account. They are not worried about the price of gas or the next market correction. This is the reality of status signaling. It is a psychological trap that keeps millions of hardworking people poor without them ever realizing it. Today, we are going to look at the invisible thief that steals your retirement. We will explore why our human brains are hardwired to show off to the tribe. And more importantly, we will see how you can become an invisible millionaire. Real wealth is exactly what you do not see. Money spent on a luxury watch is money that is no longer working for you. It is no longer earning interest or dividends in the stock market. Every dollar you use to impress a stranger is a dollar taken from your future self. For many people, looking rich is actually a tax they pay for being insecure. Social psychologists call this conspicuous consumption. It is the act of buying things primarily to signal a certain social standing. We want our neighbors to think we are moving up in the world. We want our friends and family to think we have finally made it. But the cost of that signal is often your ultimate financial freedom. Think about the last time you saw a very expensive designer handbag at the mall. Did you truly see the person carrying it, or did you only see the giant logo? The brand is specifically designed to be loud and distracting. It is designed to tell the world that the owner has extra money to throw away, but true wealth is usually very quiet and humble. It does not feel the constant need to shout from the rooftops or post on social media. The truly wealthy are often the most ordinary people you will ever meet. They shop at the same local grocery stores as everyone else. They wear comfortable clothes that are made to last rather than to impress. They do not care about the opinions of people they do not even know. This is because they have reached a level of deep internal security. They do not need a heavy piece of jewelry to tell them they are valuable. They know they are valuable because they own their most precious asset. That asset is their time. Ownership is the fundamental difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich is about how much money you spend and the things you buy. Being wealthy is about how much money you keep and the assets you own. If you earn $500,000 a year but spend all of it, you are not wealthy. You are just a high-income earner who is living on the edge of a very steep cliff. If your income stops for even a month, your entire lifestyle vanishes instantly. That is an incredibly stressful and fragile way to live your life. The invisible millionaire lives with a significant margin of safety. They choose the peace of a paid-off home over the thrill of a luxury lease. They choose a reliable 10-year-old vehicle over a $60,000 car loan. They deeply understand the hidden concept of opportunity cost. Every time you spend $10,000 on a luxury item, you're losing more than just cash. You are losing what that money could have grown into over the next 20 years. $10,000 invested in a simple index fund today could grow to $40,000. So that luxury item did not actually cost you $10,000. It cost you $40,000 of your future safety and security. When you're in your 50s or 60s, this simple math becomes even more critical. You have much less time to recover from major financial mistakes. One big impulse purchase can literally push your retirement date back by 3 years. Ask yourself if a new car is worth 3 years of your total freedom. Most sensible people would say no if they saw the math laid out clearly. But the marketing industry spends billions of dollars to make sure you never see that math. They want you to focus entirely on the fleeting feeling of the purchase. They want you to feel like you deserve a treat after a long and hard career. And you certainly do deserve to have a good and comfortable life. But you deserve a life free of financial worry much more than you deserve a new car. Let us look closely at the 3 specific traits of the stealth wealthy. The first trait is a very low and controlled burn rate. This simply means they spend much less than they actually earn every month. They have mastered the difficult art of being content with having enough. They do not feel the urge to upgrade their life every time they get a raise. The second trait is an obsession with building hidden assets. They love seeing their brokerage and savings accounts grow over time. They enjoy the feeling of having a large emergency fund that can cover years of living. These things are completely invisible to the public eye, but they provide an immense amount of psychological comfort and strength. The third trait is a total lack of interest in social competition. They have consciously opted out of the game of keeping up with the Joneses. They realized a long time ago that the Joneses are actually broke and stressed. The Joneses are drowning in debt just to maintain a certain image of success. Why would you ever want to compete with someone who is financially drowning? Instead, the invisible millionaire only competes with their own past self. They want to be more secure and more free this year than they were last year. They value meaningful experiences and deep relationships over physical objects. They would much rather take a quiet trip with their family than buy a flashy piece of gold. This fundamental shift in perspective is what leads to real and lasting freedom. It allows you to sleep much better at night without worrying about bills. It removes the heavy pressure of having to perform a role for other people. It gives you the ultimate power to say no to things that do not align with your values. Now I want you to take a brief moment and reflect on your own life. Think about the wealthiest person you have ever personally known or worked with. I am not talking about a celebrity you see on a television screen. I mean a real person who lives in your community or your family. Did they dress like a billionaire in a Hollywood movie? Or did they look just like an average person walking down the street? Many of the most successful people in the United States drive domestic trucks. They wear plain blue jeans and simple shirts that they have owned for years. They are the invisible millionaires who live right next door to you. They are not trying to be famous or be noticed by anyone. They are simply trying to be free and independent. If you are watching this and feeling the social pressure to spend, please stop. Realize that your total net worth is far more important than your social image. Your future self will thank you for the small sacrifices you make today. Every time you choose to save and invest instead of signal, you are buying freedom. You are buying a future day where you do not have to answer to any boss. You are buying a morning where you can wake up and do exactly what you want to do. That is the ultimate status symbol that money can buy. True status is not having to prove anything to anyone at any time. It is the ability to walk away from any negative situation because you are independent. As we move forward into the next chapter of our lives, I want to hear from you. Do you have a personal story about an invisible millionaire you have met? Have you ever been surprised to find out how much money a quiet neighbor actually had? Please share those stories in the comments section below. Your real-world experiences help this community realize that wealth is for everyone. It does not require a fancy corporate title or a flashy and expensive lifestyle. It only requires consistent discipline and a long-term vision for your future. In our next discussion, we will dive much deeper into the specific habits of the stealth wealthy. We will look at how they protect their assets from the hidden tax of inflation. If you want to build a life of quiet luxury and real security, please join us. Always remember that the goal is to be wealthy, not just to look rich. Wealth is the luxury car you decided not to buy. It is the peace of mind you have when you know your family is safe and provided for. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me today. Please take great care of yourself and your personal finances. This content is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not replace professional financial advice from a certified planner. Please consult with a financial advisor before making any major investment decisions. May you find the lasting freedom that comes from living a simple and meaningful life. Good luck on your personal journey to becoming an invisible millionaire.